Welcome to my video on my week 10 assignment, which includes creating a system for a bus service, and it is a menu driven system. I was first given the task of creating a diagram to show the relations between the tables I'd have in this database. As you can see, a bus model can have many buses, a user can have many tickets, and so on. Uh, I'm going to show my create database. This is where I create the database, and if it doesn't exist, it's a new one. If not, it loads up. I also put some starter data. Um, as you can see, this is my creating the tables for all six. I also have a starter data for an admin user, which I will test out later to show the admin menu, which is separate from the non-admin user. There are two types of users. Um, I have some initial services. There are two types of bus models, one with more seats, and I ran into a problem with that, which I will display later. This is my main file. Um, these are my imports, SQLite, my hash library, and a few date and time things that I will need because that is important for the tickets. This is my function for connecting to the database, and this is my function for hashing passwords. And it's very important to prevent SQL injections. Our passwords are hashed before they are stored. Um, when the user logs in, their input they have is actually hashed and then compared to the hashed output that's stored in the database. That way, the direct password is never seen, which is it's a good safety and security measure that is taken. Um, this is my create function. It uses dot strip, eliminates white space at the front and back. Really good for input validation. Um, Here we have the view services, and this function is good in terms of reusability. I'll have a separate section later in the video about what's good about my code. This is my create service one, and I was specifically told to create runs for the next 7 days, as seen in these specifications over here. And these are viewing the runs. Just to show my diagram again, the runs are directly connected to the services. So one service would have many runs. Go back to here. I have the buying ticket function, which is allowing a user to buy tickets if they're available. And I should mention that the menu is slightly different for admin and non-admin. So creating a service is actually something a admin's able to do that a non-admin is not able to do. I can view tickets available, and the admin menu is obviously different, so I had to have something to differentiate it. When the user logs in, the system already knows if it's admin or not based on the boolean in their table. And this is the regular menu, and it is all numbered. All of this is input validated, by the way. And this is the home menu. So the way this works is you start off with a home menu, and once you log in, it starts you off with either user or non-user. I mean, a user or admin. And this is my main, and it's actually very important in this. This part tries to get to the database and connect to it, and if it doesn't work and it doesn't see that there's a pre-existing one, it creates a new one. I'm just gonna quickly show that my code passed the test, round two tests, all good. And I'm gonna show some manual input. So here is the main home menu. I'm gonna log in as a admin. So this is the starter data we're provided with, Bob, and his password is right here. It's PQ. Hashtag. There we go. Welcomes me as an admin, and here I can view services, create a service, and log out. And I'll also demonstrate what it looks like to be a non-admin. Okay, I'll just make an account real quick. Just log in. So I can view the runs, and I can buy tickets. I'll say I want to go to Dublin to Kilkenny, and I want to get 4 tickets. I will confirm that booking. I can view my tickets, and it shows up there. And I'll just log out. Next, I'd like to show what's good about my project. So, what's good about my project? I think I did really well on input validation. So, the first really good feature is that I have really good validation checks as seen in this buy a ticket function. It's a great showcase of it. I have checks to make sure that what is inputted is a digit, is a number that is greater than 0. It can't be outside the range. I also have something to remove the blank spaces, and I also have something to make sure that the amount of tickets that you're trying to buy is available, because you could try put in some outlandish sort of number. The second example of um, good code is that I have good code reusability. This view run function is an option to view the available runs, but it's also reused when you're buying a ticket because you want to see what kind of runs you'll be buying. So um, it's avoiding dead code by reusing code. I'm now gonna run through 2 problems I encountered. So the first one being I had too many bus runs. Here the I failed the test because it was expecting 7, and on my function um I had 2 buses running for 7 days, which added up to 14. So what I did to fix that was here on my main file, bus IDs, and these brackets 0 means it only runs through the first bus, and it only has 7 runs. Um, 14 was way too many, and it messed with my database. Another problem that I didn't foresee was that um, I was missing a service ID, and that makes sense because if you think about it, we need to see what buses are assigned to which specific services. In my create the service function, I had an insert into service ID, which didn't even exist, and test main line 135, yeah, right here, checks if the service was created with the correct buses, which implies a relationship. So I had to fix that, and that's a problem of algorithm soundness, which which had to be resolved because my code was not actually running.